you guys? Welcome back to my channel, The Secret Life of T, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I want to discuss, like, a few minutes ago it was just storming really bad outside. I don't know if you can hear it on my video. But today I want to discuss stories about Ouija boards. I don't know if people are still playing them, or I don't think you should play them in the first place, but people do stuff that they're not supposed to anyways. So I came across the site and I thought you guys would enjoy hearing about them. So here we go. Before I start reading the stories about the Ouija boards, if you have not yet had a chance to watch my video, Don't Play the Midnight Game, or my other video, Dry Bones, Hide and Seek with a Demon, I will list the links down below so you guys can go check that out and tell me what you think, because really would like the feedback and know what you guys think about my videos. Alright, so this post is called 10 Spooky Ouija Board Stories That Will Scare the Bejeebers Out of You. Now, I'm probably not going to read all 10. Sorry, I keep fidgeting. I'm sitting on my floor and I can't get comfortable. But, okay. 10 Spooky Ouija Board Stories That Will Scare the Bejeebers Out of You. So, they give a brief history of where Ouija boards come from and all of that awesome stuff. So I'm going to read that off first. Whether you believe in the powers of the Ouija board or not, it's hard not to feel spooked out when you hear about the supernatural happenings associated with the game. Ever since they were first sold by a Pittsburgh toy store back in 1891, Ouija boards have provided Americans with thrilling experiences, according to Smithsonian.com. Over 100 years later, the boards are still fueling haunting experiences, as these recent bone-chilling accounts shared on Reddit paranormal thread prove. And here are some of the scariest and strangest Ouija board incidents we've ever heard. Number 1. After making our own do-it-yourself board, that they were in contact with the spirit while their sister was using a noisy vacuum cleaner on the floor above them. After a few minutes of silence from the board, suddenly the planchette starts spinning really fast and spells our sister's name, wants to talk to you, they wrote. We were puzzled as we didn't hear her talk to us. At that moment, the vacuum stopped and she yelled at us to come help her with chores. That one's not too spooky, but still, the board was like, her sister wants to talk to you, and then she yells down, like, help me with the chores. So, this next story says, I'm going to make up a name and say Robert. Robert took their friend's discarded board home. Spooky things began to happen. After a series of disturbing events, the commenter's boyfriend was home alone at night when he heard a loud crash in their living room. So, I'm not going to make up any names because I don't know if it's a girl's story, so. He went to check it out and didn't notice anything out of place, so he tried to go back to sleep. He got back in bed a bit shaken, and then something was thrown at him. Okay, if something was thrown at me, and, like, yeah. First of all, if I'm hearing a loud crash and I know no one's out there, and then something's thrown at me, then yeah, I'd be pretty spooked too. Okay. So something was thrown at him, and then when it says, when I looked, I found my hair straightener in the bed. The straightener always stayed plugged in on the bathroom counter. Whatever had thrown it would have had to unplug it and bring it around the corner into the bedroom and throw it at the bed. After even more eerie incidents, they gave the board to Goodwill and never experienced a paranormal encounter again. That's because you should not be playing with Ouija boards. But I think people do it because they want to see if they will actually encounter something, and then when they do, it's like, oh my god, okay, this is really not a game, even though it's called the Ouija board game. It's not a game that should be played unless you really know what you're doing. Story number 3. During a birthday party, one user and their friends decided to give the board a go and ask if there were any spirits there. It pointed to yes, and it spelled out the name Kate, they wrote. We got super freaked out and started backing away slowly from the board when suddenly 4 balloons that were tied around the room all popped at once on their own. This one actually really scared me. Probably from like horror movies that I've watched growing up, and they've had balloons just pop for no reason. To this day, none of us could explain that, and they were not touching anything that could have popped them. Before I go on to the next story, I do want to say that my 27th birthday, I was given one of those metal type balloon. It wasn't metal, but it wasn't the stretchy type of balloon, and I could swear that that thing followed me around wherever I went in my room. Like, it was crazy because I'd be on the phone with my friend or something, and then I'd go to turn around because I paced back and forth in my room while talking on the phone, and I go to turn around and the balloon would be right behind me. I don't know if it was static electricity or something that was attracting the balloon to me, but I just thought that was weird. And this was the Tennessee house where all these hauntings had happened. That's another video you should go check out, the hauntings at the Tennessee house. But yeah. Anyways, back to the stories. Story number 4. According to several stories in the thread, plenty of board users have tried to get rid of their boards by throwing them in the trash or discarding them in obscure places, but the boards kept coming back. A commenter that goes by their name explained that when their family was cleaning out their grandmother's house, they found a Ouija board in the game closet and asked her aunt where it came from. When we showed my aunt, she went white in the face and said they had thrown it out when they were in their teens because my gram would have nothing of the sort, they wrote. So I have heard that happening quite a bit. People playing the Ouija board game and then something happening and then they discard of it and then they find it somewhere else in their house. Alright. Story number 5. While on an annual family vacation, user, and I can't even say their name, but that explained that their friend wanted to try to communicate with their grandmother, who had passed away recently. After a short while, we heard the sounds of someone in wooden clogs coming up the stairs, and about halfway up the stairs, a hoarse voice calling out this girl's name, they wrote. Suddenly, the girl sitting closest to the door started hyperventilating and tears filled her eyes. I suddenly felt something touch my shoulders. It wasn't completely like the physical touch of a human. Shortly after, their friend's mom showed up, saying she had a bad feeling that something was amiss. She claimed to have felt something was wrong, which is why she went upstairs despite renting at another. The mom, who had claimed to be a medium, then helped them end the session. Story number 6. After contacting a spirit that claimed to be protecting their house, user experienced spooky occurrences. Ever since then, my boyfriend has been seeing a shadow person or figure every time something bad is about to happen. For example, I lost my food card a couple of days ago. which is our only method of eat. That sucks. Like, I've had food cards before, and so I know how it feels if you were to lose your food card. The day before, he saw the figure in a very clearly defined shape of a man. He has only been seeing it since we talked to whoever we talked to. I hope you guys liked my 6 stories on the Ouija board, and I wanted to end this video up with warnings and facts that have to do with Ouija boards in case you're still tempted to play this game, because I know every once in a while, I paused so long right there, I get tempted to play or to want to play a Ouija board, and then I hear all these creepy stories about them, and then it snaps me out of wanting to play. So just in case you still play, I wanted to, give you some advice. So, warnings and facts. Warnings, rules, and what to be careful of with the Ouija board. So, it says, never play alone because it is easier for a spirit or demon to get into your body or home. So, I wouldn't want to play alone anyways. Because, no one will believe me if something freaky happens. Never let the spirits count down or go through the alphabet, because this opens a doorway to let spirits inside your body and your home. So, I take it back. My sister and one of her kids friends and I did play Ouija board one time, and it counted down and it got to 2, and it was just really freaky because of this saying that it opens a doorway. And I try to force the planchette thingy to goodbye, and it felt like it was super glued, it would not let me tell it goodbye. So that was really freaky, and that's the only time I've ever played a Ouija board. So let's see. If the planchette goes to the 4 corners of the board, it means you have contacted an evil spirit. Some people believe that if the planchette falls from the board, a spirit will get loose. If the planchette moves in a figure 8, it means an evil spirit has taken over the board. You must get rid of it then. It also means the board is now a portal for any spirits to escape through. Okay. I have heard about the planchette moving in a figure 8, and a lot of other YouTubers have mentioned the name. I'll put it right in front on top of my hands. And that is really bad. If it moves in a figure 8 form, then I'm going to read how to discard of the Ouija boards correctly. So let's see. So this site, it doesn't say how to dispose of a Ouija board properly. So I would say the best bet is just don't play the Ouija board. If you're curious, just watch other YouTubers that have played with it, or go to websites where you can read stories about Ouija boards. But just don't mess with the Ouija board for pure entertainment. It's not a good idea or safe, and it would be really lame if you started getting messed with something bad and dark and stuff. No one wants that. We ain't got time for all that. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I recorded this one time before, but apparently my camera wasn't recording. But if you guys liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please leave it down below in the description box. And if you want to get notifications on when I post new stuff, hit that little bell so you guys will be notified when I put up a new video. And I will post the new video soon, and I hope you guys have a great evening. It is 3:04 here. I'm not sure what time it is there. But yes, until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.